Hi, welcome to part 2 of this 11 part series of the GTM bootcamp. In this video, we are going to go over what the entire 7 step process and canvas looks like so you get an idea of what you're getting into. Um, if you have any questions, as always, please add those questions in comments below so I can answer them and build collective brain trust. There are also options for you to book a consulting call with me in the description box below. So should you be done with the canvas and then you have more questions and want me to give it a look, that is how you get to me. Couple of instructions here. What you want to do is, when you have this canvas, and by the way, if you haven't bought the canvas already, the link to purchase is purchase it is also in the description section. So you want to duplicate this workbook in your drive to use it. The way you do that is go to file and go to make a copy. Each step has follow up steps, which we will discuss at the end of each step. There are multiple resources here that I've shared in any case. I really, really like these resources. I've learned a lot from them. So I'm hoping that you will also give yourself a chance to review them. And another important thing is that, as you go through this canvas and process step, I should have actually mentioned this in the hygiene section in the previous video, but I want you to give yourself the opportunity to pilot, to pivot, to change your ideas, to change how you think, because that is where most of the value will come in. Nothing that we discuss here is going to be set in stone, right? I only am going to give you frameworks on how to think, and I want you to be as creative as possible in terms of what you actually think about, what are the results that you come with. um, if we will look at so many brands and examples that have disrupted the market, and if you look at all of them, what's common between them is that they dared to do something different. They understood the rules, which we will talk about today in the following videos as well. And then they used those rules and did something so wildly unique and creative that they were able to stand out from the market. Now, that's what you want to do, right? Don't pick up anything that I share or anything that you learn and implement it without thought, without personalizing it. The beauty is in that creativity, the beauty is in that personalization. So, there are 7 steps and 5 parts. The way this has been divided is: part A is where we will identify the problem. This is where we will spend the maximum amount of time. So, step 1 and step 2 will be identifying the problem, and we'll go deeper into each step. Part B will be what is our unique positioning, which has one step, step 3. With part C, we will work on building a distinctive brand. Like I shared in the previous video, we will not be looking at the visual elements of the brands by themselves, but we will look at, the brand ecosystem, the brand universe. Part D will be us solving for continuous reach and continuous tofu and bofu building. So that will be step 7. And part E will be putting everything together in the GTM canvas. So, what does the GTM canvas really look like, right? It's going to have 3 parts. And by the way, once you get here and you've made your copy, fill in these details, right? Put in your timeline, put in what your 3 month goal is, who will be the POC, who will be the brand name, or what will be the brand name, sorry. When you look at your GTM canvas, there are 3 sections. First is the unique positioning section. In this, we will understand why you, like, what is so special about you that you deserve to exist. um, how we will get to answers to each of these is going to be in different steps, and I'll explain as we get to that step. The second part of this GTM canvas will be the distinctive brand that you build. This Everything that we do here will be about making you unforgettable, right? The next point is going to be about continuous outreach. Your growth engine is where we get set up. Now, if you notice, there are some parts to the GTM canvas response sections that are in light gray and some that are in white. By the end of this workshop, we will have answers to everything that is in the light gray. Okay. The Anything that needs answers that's here in the white sections will be something that you will work on after you've completed your GTM canvas. You will work on this with your agencies, maybe your brand designers, all of that. And share everything that you've learned in this workshop with them so that they can come up with more relevant and more accurate signals, brand assets, and the category that you will be a part of, right? Again, reminding you again, please do not hold yourself from asking questions anytime something is not clear. It is your duty to what you're doing, the effort that you're putting in, your time, the business you're working on building, to put in the questions in the comments section for each relevant video so that I can come back and answer them. Okay, so step one, part one of the problem section is stakeholder mining. We will look at all the different kinds of um, categories of people, of customers that we can target, and go deep into understanding them. Like, a lot of this is just behavioral psychology. Once you understand why people operate the way they do, what are their motivations, what are their fears, what are their anxieties, what are they using as an alternative, things start to become easier for you. So you will notice that, this is actually super detailed, and we'll do that for as many stakeholders as possible, which is why it takes so much time. But once you spend time on this, you will be in a place to do everything else so much easier, because you'll know exactly who you're talking to. वो बोलते हैं ना कि अगर आपको एक बार ये इंसान समझ आ जाए कि कौन है वो, at their core what kind of a person they are, what ticks them, what moves them, what irritates them, what makes them feel scared, all of that. You can manipulate them in any way you want. Obviously, I don't say manipulate in the negative sense of the word, but I do believe that the deeper you understand someone, the better you're able to solve for their problems. Then we'll do a competitive analysis. We'll do a SWOT analysis and a competitive analysis. I'll obviously explain as we get to each step. In step three, we will define our ECP, and ECP is an early customer profile. And when we get to the step three video, you'll understand why I'm talking about early customer profile instead of ICP, which is the ideal customer profile. We'll work on brand insights that are based on consumer psychology principles. None of this is going to be visual, this is just you putting down notes. We'll work on points of view for each ECP. We'll have value messages, personality messages, competitive messages, emotional messages, all of that. Then we'll build out brand stories for each of our ECPs. We'll build out the growth framework. And the growth framework is again super detailed, as everything I do is super structured, as everything I do is, I think that's my big strength, by the way. If you have to understand me well, I am extremely, extremely organized. My big strength is that I can break any complicated thing into simpler formats. I can bring structure to it, and I operate with first principles, so everything is very top notch. You'll notice that for each step, there are these instructions to fill certain things. We'll get to it in the relevant steps. Okay, so don't worry about that, just understand what I'm talking about. Okay.